Welcome to the Hangout with Abby Kimani. Yes, it's me. I know you've missed me. I've missed you guys too. So, what? I've forgotten how to record. It's been a while. But today I'm going to be talking about things I've learned about God in high school. My spiritual journey. So, one thing I'll tell you for free. If there's a place for spiritual growth, it is high school. What? High school is where you discover yourself. If you're easily influenced, suddenly you won't know what drugs are. You'll enter in class and you'll only have the knowledge of drugs from class 8, or tobacco, lung cancer, alcohol, liver cirrhosis. But if you really wanted to, then trust me, you'd get those drugs in high school. If you don't know yourself, you can find yourself in lesbianism cases or gayism cases, depending on what school you go to. In short, it's just a place where you know yourself. Also, university is also the same case. Well, because university is worse, but anyways, for me personally, I've grown a lot spiritually in high school. And it all started with the weekend challenge, right? So I have a friend, a very close, in fact the closest friend, or one of the closest friends in my class. I won't say her name, security purposes. So it was a weekend challenge, and it was the service on Saturday. On that Saturday morning, she was unwell. She was ill unwell, yeah. Sick. We had to carry her to the CO, as in, wow. But anyway, she went for the service in the evening. I didn't go. Because we had exams. I was like, let me revise for exams. I have to say that there's nothing I regret more than not going for that particular service. So she goes, and the next morning I'm just hearing how people are falling, how people are screaming, how people are crying during that weekend challenge, how watu walitolewa demons, how sijui this, and I'm like, huh? And so went. So I go to my beshte, right? She had a really spiritual experience during that weekend challenge. And from that day on, she changed completely. And I mean for the better. Suddenly, her life was all about God in a good way. And it just inspired me a lot. It really touched me. And she's a big factor in the reasons why my spiritual growth is this much. Is because she's one who influenced me positively. And she loves God a lot, by the way. And I don't think I've ever had a friend who's this spiritual. Because aki watoto siku hizi, when kids nowadays, hey, because unasikia vitu za Mungu, you can literally see the sleep coming over children nowadays when they hear anything to do with church or God. But anyway, she played a big factor. So these are the things I've learned about God. Number one, God is always there. And he's always listening. Always. And I'm speaking from experience because a lot of people have gone to God and they have screamed and they have cried and they're, Jesus, why? Why this? God, why this? And they get out feeling the same way, feeling like nothing has happened. That has happened to me. And they're like, okay, God has abandoned me. God has given up on me. There's no point in living if even God himself that I'm hearing is working miracles for people has abandoned me. And that's how they give up evil too. But I'll tell you something for free. God is always there and he's always listening. Always, forever, 100%. And it might not feel like that, but he's always there. always, and he's listening to you. Because there's a time I went and I really cried to God, really. And it felt like nothing happened, genuinely. And after, I just went and I opened the Bible randomly, even. Guess the verse that I read. The verse said, CG, I am happy with the Lord because He gave me a listening ear. And because down there it says, because He wiped my tears away. And CG, what? And that verse spoke to me. God is there. Trust me, He is. And that brings me to my second point. God speaks through His word. Najua mnasikianga and you're like, whatever, la. There's this one time I said a very powerful quote that complaining that God is not speaking to you and your Bible is closed is like complaining that no one is texting you and your phone is off. I think that Ivo too. I never knew the power of that quote until I reached high school. Sikuwaijua. I never knew it was possible. Personally speaking, I didn't think it was actually true. Okay, I knew it was true, but it's one of those things it's just in the back of my head. I know tobacco causes lung cancer, but I don't actively think about it. You get, it's just at the back of my head. Like, that's an example. Well, I'm not saying you do tobacco. Well, please. Don't take my words out of context. But that's the day, because the day before, we were with our physics teacher, and he talked to us. He's a man of God. Like, he talked to us, like, we were a group, he advised us and stuff. He was really nice. And he told us that God speaks to us through His word. And I'm like, why not? Let me tell you, ever since then, whenever I open my Bible and I pray, it's always something that relates to my situation, something that I need to know. And of course, I know those people who are watching this and saying it's a coincidence, Okay, fine, it's a coincidence per se, but it's still working for me. Because there's even a time where I told God, if you want this to happen, Basi, tell me. And I just rip random. Do you know the verse that I opened? The king says you shall not. Okay, of course I felt sad. That's when I started saying, it's a coincidence. Then I opened another one, and it's talking about the power of God and how insignificant we are compared to Him. And I was like, okay, so it's not a coincidence, and God doesn't want me to do this. But all in all, He speaks through His word. And if you pray to Him, like, keep praying and keep reading the Bible, you'll realize He's speaking to you through His word and through other people. Number 3, you shouldn't want power evil too. As in just, I want to speak in tongues so that people see I'm powerful. I want to be Christian so I can work miracles like Kina Peter so that people can know I'm powerful. It don't work like that. It does not. That's not the reason why you should want power, by the way. You shouldn't want power for your own gain. Rather, you should want it to glorify God. Also, don't think to yourself, actually, I've been Christian for 3 years, I've never spoken in tongues, or I've never healed someone, I've never done this and that, there's something wrong with me, God doesn't love me, No. He does. But by the way, it will bring me to the next point. But by the way, everyone has different gifts and different spiritual strengths. Mine is not yours is not mine, yours is not your sister's, yours is not your brother's. It's all different. But all in all, God especially won't give you power if that's the reason why you want power, to speak in tongues. And it brings me to my next point. Don't compare your growth with others. I made that mistake, both academically and spiritually. Just being like, how come it's not fair? Tumeanza from 1 na wewe, you've been number 1 the whole time, ama umekuwa top 5 the whole time. Mimi nimebaki number 7 or number 8, number 15. Don't. Your spiritual growth You've started your spiritual growth with someone else. Suddenly, they're fainting because God is channeling their spirit through them. They are speaking in tongues. God is speaking to them. Then you're hearing the kind of spiritual growth you're hearing from your parents who have lived for over 40 years. You're hearing from them, and you have restarted the same time as them, and you're feeling none of that. You're like, oh, God doesn't love me. Oh, it's only for her. Oh, he's not listening to me. Oh, I don't deserve it. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Please. That's one thing I've learned. Don't compare your growth to others. You are running your own race. Your own race. Ni wewe na wewe peke yako. And the good that, and the amount of times I've been told that you're running your own race, I've been told by at least 7 different people. You are running, and that is God speaking to me. You're running your own race. The time my classmate wrote a quote on the board, life is the hardest exam, and people try to copy from others, not realizing everyone has a different question. It's so true. You have your own question, focus on yourself. So what if so and so can make things float? So what if so and so can speak in tongues? You're running your own journey with your own God, who loves you as much as he loves those other people. So focus on that. Yes, and number, I don't even know. Don't think I'll become Christian when I see an angel speaking to me. When I see a car being lifted up in front of me, when I dream of angels and heaven and hell, and when I see, you know what our leader says? She's one of the CEO officials. She told us that is stupidity of the highest level. That's brutal. But all in all, don't think yes, I'm kind of atheist. I don't believe there's a God. I'll believe there's a God when an angel speaks to me. It's not gonna happen. Of course it can. I'm not saying it won't. But it's most likely not gonna happen. You need to have your own faith. God is going to let those things happen once you bring your faith to Him and you believe in Him without Him doing any of those things. Yani, you bring yourself before God and you give your life to Him and you believe in Him. He has not outrightly brought 60 angels to speak to you. He has not brought a star moving in the east. He has not brought, but you believe in Him and you keep speaking to Him. That faith is what God needs in order to show you the great things. And you will not see any of those angels' career, until you have that faith initially. Because it's very likely, I think, that if you see an angel, you're most likely to believe in the angel and to believe in the God. You need to have the faith first, Mega. Yes. Well, that's about it. If you're starting your spiritual journey, but these things are very important. So important. Keep those in mind. I hope this has helped someone. And yeah, please subscribe and like. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.